Hey all you guys out there in YouTube land, it's Aleu. I am back. Where have I been? Never you mind that. Remember those days long past when life didn't completely suck? Yeah, 1998. That was a good year. In fact, the 90s were just an all-around good time, you know. It was a good decade. I was born in the 90s. Woo woo. We're lucky, man. We just had the most awesome cartoons, shows, everything. I'm gonna be one of those parents who, when my kids are listening to like whatever the new age like dubstep is of the future, I'm gonna be like, well, back in my day we had the beats, and let me tell you, they could rock the house. Ooh wee ooh, killer tofu. And I must admit, the 90s were also a good time for peen. They just don't make boys like 90s boys anymore. I mean, now you got all these pseudo-manly and spray-tanned Jersey Shore guys. Nah, let me tell you about the boys in the 90s. Which is why I've compiled this list. Top 10 hottest 90s boys. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Anyway, let's get down to the list, shall we? Number 10, Tony Hawk. Ah! Okay, so he was like my big crush in like elementary school because I started skateboarding and all that stuff when I was about 8, because my sister gave me my first skateboard. Hi Teresa. Ah! She gave me my first skateboard. It was like a hand-me-down and it was orange. Oh my gosh, that was like my first skateboard ever. And so I fell in love with Tony Hawk, and I don't know, I just thought he was like awesome. And at the Kids' Choice Awards, you know, when they used to slime people, and Tony Hawk would be on there, and then I think in one Kids' Choice Awards he had to do like a 540 into slime or something, or maybe that was in my imagination, but I'm pretty sure that happened, something along those lines. But anyway, Tony Hawk, super cute. And I read his biography when I was a kid, and I found out that he also loves Taco Bell's bean burritos with no onions. And so does Tyra Banks. It's like we're all just this big, awesome, beautiful family of people who like burritos. Number 9, the Lawrence brothers. Joey Lawrence is the oldest one. Matthew Lawrence is the middle one, and he was the one that played Eric's friend on Boy Meets World. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Andy, or Andrew Lawrence, is the youngest one, and he was TJ in frickin' Recess. Now, if you don't remember that show, GTFO. Number 8, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. That's right, from Home Improvement, which was another one of my favorite sitcoms. Oh my god, Tim Allen is so funny. I love him so much. But it's not that kind of list. He's gonna be on my hottest over 50 list. I think he's over 50. Anywho, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, of course, played the middle son on Home Improvement, and he has a special place in my heart for playing Simba in The Lion King. That's right, original Lion King. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. He's beautiful. He's a beautiful soul. Number 7, Erich Von der Ley. Foyne. He was like one of the sexy poster children of the 90s, especially Disney Channel. The old Disney Channel. He was beautiful. It's a shame he's not higher on my list. I would put him higher, but girl, we got a ways to go. Anywho, you should know Erich Von der Ley from Brink, and he also, fun fact, played the voice of Sid in Toy Story. There you go. Put that in your memory banks. Number 6, Jason Marsden. Nope, I didn't say James Marsden. I said Jason Marsden. Okay, people probably first and foremost know him as a voice actor. He's the voice of Max Goof in the Goofy movies, and Kovu in The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. And he plays so many characters, I can't even name them all. I'd probably die before I name all the characters that he plays, but those are 2 of my favorites. Anywho, but he got his start on the Munsters, but what I know him from is also Boy Meets World, and he was also one of Eric's friends. Actually, he was Eric's friend before Matthew Lawrence's character. So, yeah. It's actually funny because I talked to Jason Marsden on Facebook briefly, and I told him about how when I was in 7th grade, I had a picture of him in my Trapper Keeper, even though I didn't have a Trapper Keeper. It was a regular binder, but I had a picture of him in my binder, and he thought that was amusing. Number 5, Will Smith. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Getting jiggy with it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Here come the men in black. Galaxy Defenders. Yes, so Will Smith, always a childhood crush from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Gotta give him the due props for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like the funniest show. Like the funniest sitcom of the 90s. Back when sitcoms about black people didn't involve like hookers and stuff. It was literally just like black people living normal lives like everybody else with comedy. Oh, ain't that a nutty concept? Will Smith is just fine. Everybody knows it. So might as well move on. Number 4 is someone that I had the pleasure, the wondrous pleasure, to actually meet in person, and that's Kel Mitchell from All That, Keenan and Kel, and Good Burger. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, you know what? In honor of Kel Mitchell, I'm gonna put on the orange hat. There we go. Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. Is it true? Mm-hmm. I do, I do, I do, I do. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, so Kel is an amazing person, and like I'm so lucky that I got to meet him in person at a convention and have a video about that like elsewhere. But yeah, he's so nice, and he's so passionate about like acting and just like keeping his legacy of orange soda on. So shout outs to Kel. You are awesome and beautiful, and you've made my top 10 hottest 90s boys list because I wanted to marry you when I was like 9 or something. Number 3, AJ Troughton from Even Stevens. He played Twitty, and he was so hot. Oh my god, I had the biggest crush on AJ Troughton. I thought he was so fine, and he still is fine. I remember when I was about, I want to say 11, he was in a band with his brother. I think it was called Badge, and I like mailed them a letter, and I was like, oh my god, AJ, I love you so much, blah blah blah, oh my god. And I was like 11, and they sent me like a letter back, and they were just like, oh yeah, you're cool, whatever. I probably have it somewhere. It's probably like at my parents' house or something. But yeah, so they sent me a letter back, and I like copied it, and oh my god, AJ Troughton, so hot. Oh. But yeah, so AJ Troughton. Number 2, one of my personal favorite actors of the 90s and my 90s crush was Erich Tai Hodges III. You better remember him from Disney's Don't Look Under the Bed. Do you remember that movie? It was the scariest freaking movie. It blew goosebumps out of the water, man. That shiz was scary. And somewhere along those lines, I developed a huge crush on Erich Tai Hodges, and he's fine. And his character was just like beautiful and funny and everything that I wanted in a boyfriend. So there's that. Are you ready? Are you ready for number 1? 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 Okay. Hopefully with the pattern of this list, you've guessed number 1 by now. Any guesses? Okay. Hottest 90s guy is Will Friedle from Boy Meets World. Dude, Eric, he was so fine. Oh my god, I had the biggest crush on him. Him and Erich Tai Hodges were like my 2 biggest crushes as a kid, and AJ Troughton and Erich Von der Ley were really close in there too, but Erich, Tai Hodges, and Friedle. I was in love with them when I was, I think, 8 or 9, and I got my first computer. I think I was 9 because it was when Windows 2000 came out. Anywho, so Windows 2000 came out, I was 9. I thought I was like a computer genius, so I went to Sound Recorder and I recorded a song about Friedle and Tai Hodges. And I remember it like, I can't do math, but however many years later, I still remember the song. It went like this. Will or Tai, which one is the cutest? I can't decide. Which one is the cutest? Will or Tai, which one is the cutest? I can't decide. Which one is the cutest? Yeah, I was a child prodigy, clearly. And of course, Friedle went on to voice Ron Stoppable in the Disney Channel show Kim Possible, and my love for him was able to continue in the form of this cartoon character that I then wanted to marry. But sexy cartoon characters is for another video. Well, there you have it, my top 10 hottest 90s guys. So if you think there's someone I left off the list, you know, feel free or make a video response of your top 10 or top 5 or top 1 hottest guy of the 90s.